Hello, Garry families. Welcome to this week's episode of the Garry 5, where we bring our Garry home to your home. This week, we've got some amazing news for you, so I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Oakley. Mr. Oakley, what do you have for us?
Hey, I am so excited to share some actual numbers and some data with you that I want to just sing from the rooftops. I've been telling all of my colleagues in all of the other middle schools how great our kids did on our MAP tests in the winter, that I'm sure they're tired of me saying it. So I am here to brag about your kids. We took, as you know, we took the MAP test the last couple of weeks. We are required to take it 3 different times, once in the fall, once in the winter, once in the spring. And the winter one really gives us this idea of where are we at? What's the progress we're making? The ultimate goal is to show a ton of growth from fall to spring, but the winter one gives us a really nice picture of what this year has looked like. So what we did, as you know, is I incentivized the MAP test for the winter. And I challenged our kids, if you meet your personalized growth goal, which is set by the test itself based on national norms, if they met their personalized growth goal in one of the 3 subject areas, so low pressure, just need you to do it in one, we were going to get a ticket to the Garland. And I have rented out the Garland Theater, and I'm going to need a lot more school buses than I had planned on. But we are currently, not every kid is done testing yet, so I don't know the exact number, but right now we are sitting at more than 90% of our school is going to the Garland. I don't even know how to work that. We're either going to have to walk or I'm going to need a lot of buses. But I am so excited. 90% of our kids have met the goal of meeting it in at least one of their 3 areas. And as I dive into the data more, I will be sharing how many of the kids did it in 2 and how many of the kids did it in all 3, because those numbers are incredible as well. But unbelievable success. I'm so happy with that. And I could not be more proud of the effort that the kids showed on MAP. I do want to take some time and show you this report. Some of you have probably seen this. Some of you have probably requested this from the school before. But I am going to print all of these out for every kid once we're done testing. We're not quite there yet. We're still doing makeups. But once we're done testing, I'm going to print these out for every student, and I am going to hand them to every kid. In advisory, they're going to get these. Please ask them for it. There is a ton of amazing information on here that is worth celebrating. Even if they only have one spot that they show growth on, please celebrate that with them. But there is so much growth on here to look at. It shows you how they did all the way back to, if you have an 8th grader, you'll get what they did in 6th grade, what they did in 7th grade, what they did in 8th grade. It shows you their growth compared to previous sessions, so fall to winter. It shows you how they do compared to the rest of the district and the average of the district and the average nationwide. There's lots of great information on this that you can use to just kind of see a really clear picture of where your student is at and how much growth they truly have made. And honestly, I just hope that you ask your kids, this will probably be next week that we send these home, please ask your kids for them and celebrate with them, because there is so much amazing growth. If your kids are one that didn't quite meet their growth goal, and I'm telling you, some of the kids that didn't missed it by like 1 or 2 points, even if that is the case, please encourage them, because we're going to do the same thing in the spring. There's going to be some opportunities to celebrate and just show where you're at and show that amazing growth. But I am thrilled with where we're at academically. We got kids that are celebrating being academically successful for the first time in a very long time. So thrilled, so proud. Thank you again for sharing your kids with us, and check these out when they come your way.
Yeah, so thanks for catching us this week, and catch us again next week. Bye, guys.